MMH Movement presents Fill My Cup. Your Monday shot of inspiration. Greetings, y'all. We outside today for today's rendition of Fill My Cup. So a funny little story that I wanted to tell is of back at my last job. I was working in an office and I shared the office with two other people. And you know how you see the memes about somebody in the office always liking the temperature a certain way, and somebody always thinking it's too hot and somebody always thinking it's too cold. So there was two ladies in the office with me, and one was always cold and she would always wear extra layers and even brought a blanket in there, and the other one was always hot and was like, open up a window. And then there was me. Sometimes I get too hot, sometimes I get too cold, but generally I could live with whatever temperature it was. I just wasn't going to complain. If I felt like it was hot, I would take off a layer. If I felt like it was cold, maybe I would throw on a sweater or something. I didn't care. I was just going to keep working because that's just how I'm built. So sometimes this caused confrontation between the ladies because they each wanted the temperature to be a certain way. So one day, I remember it was summertime and it was really hot. And the one coworker closed the window and was like, man, I like it when it's hot like this. So she left the room. The other one was like, Mark, what do you think of the temperature? Do you think the temperature is hot? Because I find this room to be really hot. I said, I actually find the room to be hot too, but I'm not really that concerned about it. I'm just gonna keep working. So then she tells me a story, or she starts to tell me a story, which I think is a compliment. She was like, have you ever heard of the story of the frog in the boiling water? And she's kind of starting to tell me this story. I've never heard it before. So I'm thinking that she's telling me, Mark, I admire you because you're so adaptable. Really, I looked up that frog story. Well, she went further into the frog story, but I'm going to give y'all the frog story if you haven't heard it. The story is, if you take a frog and you put the frog in a pot of boiling water, the frog is going to hop out of the pot of boiling water to preserve its life because they know that they don't want to get boiled to death. But if you put the frog in some lukewarm water and gradually raise the temperature, the frog is going to stay in the water because it's only mildly uncomfortable and it's willing to bear the uncomfortability. So she was basically telling me I was that frog sitting in that office, allowing this heat to like boil me to death because I was only a little bit uncomfortable and I was willing to bear it. And while I don't think that she meant it in the sense of the whole parable, I don't know, maybe she did. Maybe she's just a philosopher that I just didn't realize. There's truth to that story anyways. There's a lot of truth to that. Sometimes we allow ourselves to sit in situations that only feel mildly uncomfortable, and we allow things that we don't really like or shouldn't really tolerate. And the more we allow, the more they happen. It keeps building up and it keeps building up, and it's slowly killing us inside. So it shouldn't matter. We shouldn't wait to get to a point of having to be in the boiling water to jump out of the pot. We should be able to recognize when the temperature is slightly elevated and make sure that we do what we have to turn it down. I hope y'all got the message today, and I hope everyone has a great Monday. Signing off, Fill My Cup.